Hello everybody, welcome back to Jared Opens a Box, and yes, it is just me for today. Summer was unable to join me for the recording here for today's Jared Opens a Box episode, but she will be back next week. We have a really cool one next week, so I know she wouldn't want to miss that one. She will be joining me though for Funko Soda Sundays tomorrow, because those are her favorite videos to do, and I can't really blame her. It's awesome trying to see if we get the chase, and the one for tomorrow is one that she picked out. But today we are taking a look at some more Youtooz figures. I hadn't realized that in June we actually didn't do any Youtooz figures at all, which was pretty crazy. I usually try to do at least one a month, but I guess I messed that up. But we already had the SpongeBob ones earlier this month, so today we have another Youtooz video. This one from the King of the Monsters himself, Godzilla. We have three figures here. These ones are the classic appearances of the characters from the older Toho movies. So these ones are, from those movies, like I said. We have three of them. I'll go through the ones that we have here. We have, of course, the main man himself, Godzilla, which is really, really cool. Everyone else is on the side of the box. We did not get Mothra. But don't worry, there will still be something Mothra related coming very soon to Jared Opens a Box. We also have King Ghidorah. This one is really, really cool. And then we also have Mecha Godzilla, my personal favorite already. I love Mecha Godzilla. I think he's awesome. Loved his appearance in the Godzilla vs. Kong film. But those ones are made by Legendary. Those are the more modernized versions. These are from the older movies. Hence why they look much different from the ones that we might be used to here from the American films produced by Legendary and all of them. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with Godzilla himself. Like I said, the box just shows all of the other Godzilla. Well, I guess Mothra's not really an enemy per se. She kind of differs, but the other two definitely are, as well as some Japanese lettering down there. Because, Godzilla, he's insanely popular in Japan. That's where he originated from. So that's why that's there. Here is the inside of the box. There's Godzilla right there. This is number 0 of the Godzilla collection, not the Godzilla vs. Kong collection. That's a completely different one. But there he is. Really, really cool looking so far. I don't know if there is the side of the box there. Back of the box just shows Godzilla just destroying a city, chewing on buildings and or actually those aren't buildings. What is he chewing on? Looks like a subway maybe, like a subway cars. I can't think of the word. Like a metro, like a bus. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And then on the side here, on the back, it says the Sacred Beast of the Apocalypse. Ooh, Although Godzilla is actually usually, he can be interpreted in different ways. Some of the movies interpret him as a good guy. Some of them interpret him as a bad guy, because he is manhandling cities, So, I mean, you could really view it either way. It really could depend. And then right here, these must be references to some of the older movies, which I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a couple. This one says, sometimes the only way to hear or what does that say? I'm trying to read it backwards because the thing's mirrored. Sometimes the only way to heal our wounds is to make peace with the demons who created them. That's a very, very profound statement to make on the box of a Godzilla figure. That is something. So let's go ahead and open this one up here. Here he is, the King of the Monsters, Godzilla. This is a really cool figure. He seems to be a bit blue. I mean, from what I'm looking at him right now, he's gray. It must be the lighting or something, because he looks really like a teal almost on the camera. But there he is right there. Like I said, he's chewing on these cars here. It's not like a subway, is it? I don't know what it is exactly. A bus. It's something. He's eating it, so I guess it doesn't really matter, because whatever it was, it will not be there anymore. He's got his trademark spikes, the spiky tail. This is a really nice figure, actually. They did do one for Godzilla vs. Kong, the Heat Ray Godzilla, which I did not get. It was a Books A Million exclusive, I believe. But yeah, that is a really nice figure. I love the textures on it too. Feels like he's got the scales, you know, that's always a great touch. And yeah, he's got really sharp claws as well. So, does he have eyes? Yeah, he does. He does have eyes. It's the little winky eyes, the Youtooz winky eyes. So that's always cool. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's Godzilla right there. A really cool figure. Um, but I'm really excited to take a look at these other two because, especially Ghidorah, because we've never had anything Ghidorah related. Whereas Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla, we had the Godzilla versus Kong video that was probably about 2 years ago at this rate, since that's when the movie came out. But that is awesome. They put a lot of effort into these, you can definitely tell. Now we have King Ghidorah. So this is one of Godzilla's greatest rivals. He was the main villain of Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was a legendary movie that just came out, I believe back in 2019. I don't know for sure, but it just came out not too long ago, and it had Ghidorah and Rodan and Mothra in it. The box is the same for these guys, so kind of like the SpongeBob boxes where those were the same on the sides. Let's see what the inside looks like. So there he is, King Ghidorah. This is actually number 3 of the Godzilla collection. The one thing you might point out is that this King Ghidorah is yellow, which is definitely not what he looks like in the King of the Monsters film, but in his classic appearances in those Toho movies, he was yellow. He looked just like this. So it's actually very fairly well done. And the thing with the older movies is that those were mostly practical effects. Like, it would be people wearing suits and stuff like that, which is really cool. You know, it's really fun to think about. So on the side one, nothing on that side. There is something on the back though. There he is, kind of also destroying a city. I guess that must be a theme here. It says "Take the world by storm," and then on the side here it says "Hear the roar." So the inside says Monster Zero, which was his designation in both the older movies and also in the most recent ones that he's been in. They call him Monster Zero. I guess that's just like how they separate him from the others. Because Ghidorah is actually, unlike some of the other ones, Ghidorah is actually an alien. He comes from, you know, another world. So unlike the other kaiju, which is what they're called, monsters, unlike the other ones, they are from the Earth usually. He has actually alien origins. So there is King Ghidorah, a 3-headed monster. Each head is fairly well detailed. He's got yellow teeth, yellow everything just about, except for the inside of the mouth and the winky eyes, which are red. He's also got humongous wings. This is awesome. It really is. There is like a little, I'm not sure what that is, a little divvy right there, which you really can't even see on camera, so there's no point in even pointing it out. But it's really, really cool nonetheless. He also does have a spiky, actually he has 2 spiky tails. There's one right here, and then there's one also down here by his foot. And then on the bottom, it just has all that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I think. But it's a really cool figure. I love the detail on it. Makes me wish that they would make one for King of the Monsters as well, because I really liked that incarnation of King Ghidorah as well. So, okay, so we have one more left. This is probably my favorite of the Godzilla villains, although there are still plenty of others that I would like for them to make. And with Youtooz, it's definitely possible. But it's Mecha Godzilla. They spaced out the Mecha and the Godzilla, whereas I think in Godzilla vs. Kong, it was just one word. So this one is apparently 2 words. So Mecha Godzilla right there. Again, the box is going to end up being the same. So let's just open it and see what we got here. So there it is. Mecha Godzilla, really, really cool figure. Again, this one is based off of the little cat friend just found his way in the room. Hi, how are you? You gonna come say hi? I was wondering why the door opened. That was funny. But here's this is based off of his classic appearances. They did not do one for Mechagodzilla and Godzilla vs. Kong. Youtooz didn't. That was Funko that made that. This is number 1 of the Godzilla collection. So I'm assuming it'd be Godzilla with 0, right? So Godzilla, Mothra, Mecha, oh no, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, then Mothra, then Ghidorah, I'm assuming. is how that would work. Hi, how are you? He's so cute. But yeah, there's Mechagodzilla. The side just looks like that. The back says, I really believe that this machine is the weapon to defeat Godzilla. And honestly, yeah, Mechagodzilla has always given him quite a fight, especially in Godzilla vs. Kong. I legitimately thought that he was going to win for a little bit there. And then the side says, this material can only be space titanium. Never heard of that term before, but I guess Mechagodzilla also has some alien origins, just like Ghidorah did. Actually, if I do remember, I know in Godzilla vs. Kong, Ghidorah actually is tied into Mechagodzilla. I don't know if it was like that in the older movies. Like I said, I haven't really seen much of the older movies, so I can't tell you for sure. But if anyone does know, feel free to let me know, because that's a genuinely curious question. And then on the box it says, I beg you, stop this operation. So, some people definitely did not want Mechagodzilla to be built. So here we go. Oh wow, this one is really cool. Look at that. This is definitely the most detailed out of the figures we're reviewing here today, folks. It looks just like I looked it up to see like what he looked like back in the older movies, and this is like almost spot on. Obviously he has the yellow winky eyes, but everything else looks insanely spot on here. I mean, it looks like it could be made out of metal, which is so cool. It would have been really cool if they actually, not like made out of metal, but if they gave it like a chrome, like they made a chrome figure of this one. I feel like that would have been a great idea, but you know, it was probably not gonna happen at this rate. These came out last year, so I don't see that happening. But there he has like some, he has missiles in his mouth. Those are missiles right there. I thought that was teeth, but no, these are his teeth. That is actually, those are missiles, I guess, that he can launch out of his mouth. Oh no, wait, they launch out of here, don't they? His nose. they go through there. That's interesting. Then he has these red dots on the side of his head. And yeah, overall, again, a really nice figure. This one, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is getting a 10 out of 10. I really like it. I think it's so well detailed. I'm probably biased, but I think it's awesome. They just did such a good job on all the mechanical parts and everything. Which, I mean, that's all he is mechanical, so you would hope that they would do good with that. But that is most definitely my favorite. I love this one. Let me know if you guys feel the same way, if you think a 10 out of 10 is fair for him, or if you would rather have given him something a little bit lower. But I really, really like this one. And it's so well textured too. So well textured, so well detailed. As for the other ones, I really think this is probably one of the best waves of Youtooz we've reviewed so far. I give these guys probably, I gave them 8 out of 10s. I do think that they are not as well detailed as Mechagodzilla, but I still think they are really well done. And I mean, Funko's never made a King Ghidorah. They never made classic Mechagodzilla, so we don't have anything to like compare it to in that regard. So overall, I think Youtooz did a phenomenal job with this wave, but I'm still definitely saying Mechagodzilla is my personal favorite for this one. But let me know down below which of these Godzilla Youtooz figures is your favorite. And yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for sticking with me and watching today's video. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.